All right, guys. So today we're going to be talking about rental scams and how to make sure you don't fall victim to one of the scams that we're going to be talking about in this video. Okay, so go ahead, keep on watching because that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. Welcome back to my channel, my HD family. Again, this is Angelica Bonilla, and I wanted to talk to you about rental scams. So if you're thinking about maybe renting a house in Victorville or in the high desert of California, I wanted to talk to you about how can you stop yourself from falling victim of a rental scam. Okay, so I want us to see a video about the FBI warning people that they're starting to see a lot more rental scams in California, or just for you to be careful. So if you are thinking about renting or becoming a renter, that you don't fall victim to one of these scams, because right now, how things are going, people are just looking for any way for them to get money in an easy way without having to do anything. They don't care who they hurt or what they do. Okay, so let's take a look at let's take a look and see what they're talking about.
Warning that these types of crimes are on the rise, but there are some tips that could potentially save you thousands of dollars.
I always had my doubts, and I tried to be vigilant.
Ashley Reese thought she found the perfect house for rent in the Atlanta suburbs from an online listing. When she called, a man gave her the code for the lockbox to tour the home.
How could I get into the house if, it wasn't his?
Reese wanted the house, so the man sent her the lease, which she shared with our affiliate WSB. The man also asked for $2,000 up front, which she forked over using Apple Pay and Zelle.
Be careful.
But Reese never got keys. Turns out it wasn't even his house. Police believe he may have hacked the real landlord to get access to the lockbox code.
It's been pretty financially.
Okay. So that's why, this is why I wanted to give you this information for you to be aware so you don't fall victim of a rental scam. Okay, because nowadays it's so easy for people to make up a listing online and make other people believe it's real when it's actually not real. They're even doing it on Zillow. There's where there was a house for rent, and I guess somebody had made a complaint to Zillow, and it took Zillow about a week to remove the listing because the person was saying that that they were the seller or the owner of the house. Okay, so there's a lot of this going on right now, and I thought it was very important for me to do this video and talk to you about not becoming a victim of a rental scam. Make sure you know what to look for. Make sure you know what not to look for. Make sure you, because some of us, we have a gut feeling and we don't listen to our gut feeling. When something's too good to be true, people, trust me, believe it. It's not true. Okay. I wanted to take a look at a list that I created with 5 simple things that you can keep in mind so that you don't become a victim of a rental scam. So we're going to take a look at that list right now. So if the FBI is sending out a warning that scams are up for rentals, take note of it. If you are going to be looking for a rental soon, that's why I created these 5 things on this list so that you can be better prepared and be aware of things that are happening with homes being rented, okay? Because some of these people, these scammers, are taking for photos directly from the website where maybe the house is for sale and it's not for rent. They're going in there, they're taking the photos, taking those photos and listing them on a separate website, and then putting the house up for rent instead of for sale when the house is for sale and it's not for rent. Okay, that's one of the things that are happening. Another thing that you're seeing is, please make sure that you keep in mind that if you see that the price, so the monthly rent on the house that you're looking to rent is too low. Okay, let's say all the rents around in that area that you're seeing, there are 2,000, and this house that you're looking at is being rented for 15,000. That's a red flag, people. Okay, make sure that you understand that if it's underpriced, something's going on there. You need to make do some more investigating. Okay, so make sure that you verify. If it's too low of a price, something might be wrong. Okay, if they ask you to make a deposit right away, oh, send me a $2,000 deposit or the first month's rent and the last month's rent, and you can have the rental. No, regular landlords are not going to do something like that so fast. They're going to actually show you the property. They're going to ask you questions. They're going to have you fill out an application, and then you can make sure you feel comfortable. Then you can make some kind of transaction in a form of a payment. But if they ask you for the money up front right away, there's something wrong there. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention to the red flags. Okay, if you go up to the house that you saw that it's for rent and there's a for sale sign in the front of the house, it's going to take you less than a minute to go ahead and call the number that's on the for sale sign to double check if it is a rental or if it's not a rental. Okay, maybe the house is for sale and the scammer put it up online saying that it's a rental. Okay, verify. If somebody sends you, if a scammer sends you a code to go ahead and access a key, that's another red flag. You either need to meet with the seller or meet with an agent, or you're going to be meeting with somebody to go over and look at the property. You're not going to be, they're not going to, like, if it's an owner renting out their own property, they're going to want to show you the house and actually tell you what the rules are going to be. They're not just going to rent it to just anybody. Okay, they're going to make sure they have a background check, whatever, make sure they have a background check, make sure they run your credit. They're going to make sure all of the steps that they need to do as landlords are getting done before they actually agree to rent you the house. Okay, so let's take a look at the list that I made for you. Okay, so like I was telling you, make sure you meet the owner or meet somebody at the property. Okay, if they send you to go see the property by yourself and they just give you a code, sometimes that can happen, but that's not going to be most common. Okay, number two, make sure you don't give them the deposit of any kind right away. A regular landlord is going to take an application, is going to run your credit. They're going to make sure you have a job. They're going to verify your job. They're going to do a lot of things that it's not going to be from one day to another. It's going to take a couple of days for you to get your application submitted and then approved or for the landlord to approve your application. Okay. Number 3, make sure that if the rent is too low, make sure that you really double check that it is a rental, because if the price is too low, that's a big red flag. Okay. Make sure that you put in the address in Google, type in the address of the property that you're wanting to rent, and see what comes up with the address. If you see that there's nothing but listings that are for sale instead of for rent, that's another red flag. Okay. And again, make sure that if there is a for sale sign in the front of the house, make sure that you call the sign. It takes you less than a minute. If there is a realtor phone number, go ahead and call them and ask them if it is really for rent or if it's for sale. If they tell you they're selling the house, they're not renting the house, then you know right away that it's a scam. Okay. Again, my HD family, I wanted to bring you this information because I was seeing that. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. Okay, my HD family, I wanted to bring you this information because I was seeing that the FBI had issued that warning about high rental scams. Okay, so we all know what kind of times we're living in. Things are not getting any easy, or I mean, if you don't follow the news, that's perfectly fine. But things are changing and we're seeing things happening. And you want to make sure that at this time, you go ahead and you double check all the information that you need to double check about the rental if you're thinking about renting. Okay, because I'm telling you, they're saying these rental scams are up right now because of everything that's going on in the economy. So I'm just giving you this warning, and I wanted to give you the 5 things on my list so that you are better informed and know what to look out for if you are thinking about renting a home here in Victorville, Apple Valley, Oak Hills, Hesperia area in the high desert. Okay. Again, Angelica Bonilla with the Bonilla Group and Excellence Real Estate and the HD. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're liking all the information that I'm giving you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.